Welcome back to our channel, where we share the latest news and untold stories about Catherine, Princess of Wales, and her royal family. We've got some news for you today. Fans in tears as Carole Middleton unveils over Catherine's painful struggle amid cancer battle. Chemotherapy is a frequently used therapeutic approach for cancer. Because of its potent nature, chemotherapy has negative effects on people. According to a trusted family acquaintance, Carole Middleton faced significant challenges while providing support to Princess Catherine during her chemotherapy treatment. She saw all the negative effects of chemotherapy treatment on Princess Catherine, which caused her to feel terrified. According to the source, seeing her daughter, Princess Catherine, suffer the challenging consequences of chemotherapy was a difficult experience that pushed her resilience to its limits in ways she had never anticipated. The disease arrived unexpectedly, completely disrupting the idealized appearance of their privileged existence. Upon commencing her therapy, Catherine, who was previously full of vitality, had a significant decline in her overall well-being. The debilitating effects of the chemotherapy treatments limited Carole's ability to provide solace, leaving her feeble, queasy, and exhausted. According to an insider, Carole experienced intense emotional distress and dread. She was concerned not just about Catherine's physical health, but also about the emotional and psychological strain that this conflict was causing her daughter. The mother was overwhelmed by the sight of Catherine's hair becoming thinner and falling out in large amounts, the loss of her good complexion, and the deep exhaustion that appeared to penetrate her whole body. Carole Middleton has been experiencing persistent anxiety, with her thoughts and emotions completely consumed by concern for her daughter, Princess Catherine. The persistent progression of chemotherapy had taken its toll, yet among the onslaught of treatments and hospital visits, a flicker of optimism started to arise. Catherine had encouraging indications of recuperation. These indicators, while modest at first, resembled beams of sunshine piercing through a thick, suffocating cloud. Carole noticed the small but significant changes. Every indicator was a valuable present, instilling Carole's heart with careful hopefulness. The encouraging signs of recovery reignited Carole's confidence in the power of loved ones and family. She saw how Catherine's children, with their pure and steadfast affection, provided happiness and inspiration to their mother. Prince William's constant support provided Catherine with enormous comfort and strength. These instances reinforced Carole's conviction that, as a collective, they had the ability to surmount any obstacle. Carole Middleton has always provided steadfast support for her family. However, seeing her daughter, Princess Catherine, undergo the challenging effects of chemotherapy was a difficult experience that really challenged her resilience. Carole saw the many side effects that accompanied Catherine's therapy as they faced various hurdles during the trip. The experts stressed that chemotherapy was an instrument with two sides. Its purpose was to eradicate the cancerous cells causing chaos in Catherine's body, but in the process, it also targeted the healthy cells. A multitude of incapacitating adverse reactions resulted from the arduous procedure, each serving as a distressing reminder of Catherine's ongoing struggle. Nausea emerged as an initial and enduring adversary. Catherine's once robust appetite diminished significantly as she battled with gastrointestinal discomfort. Just the sight or smell of food could trigger a reaction in her, prompting her to rush to the bathroom, leading to physical weakness and dehydration. Carole made diligent efforts to create tasteless and readily edible meals, but she often faced defeat. Exhaustion proved to be an unyielding adversary. Chemotherapy's profound fatigue immobilized Catherine for many days. A restful night's sleep could not alleviate the fatigue she experienced. Instead, it was a profound exhaustion that drained both her physical and emotional vitality. Carole often saw Catherine in a state of extreme fatigue, unable to even raise her head, as if all her energy had been entirely depleted. The negative effect of hair loss was quite noticeable and emotionally distressing. Catherine experienced significant hair loss, which exposed her scalp and decreased her emotional well-being. Carole saw her daughter grappling with the loss, often seeing pieces of hair strewn about on pillows and garments. The image served as a persistent and agonizing reminder of the disease that had firmly established itself. Neuropathy presented its own distinct set of difficulties. Catherine, experienced paresthesia characterized by tingling, burning, and numbness in her hands and feet, which impeded her ability to do basic actions such as fastening a shirt or grasping a cup of tea. Carole often administered massages to Catherine's fingertips and toes in an effort to alleviate her persistent agony. Catherine had a distressing pattern of alternating diarrhea and constipation, which severely disrupted her bowel movements and contributed to her overall suffering. These alterations caused her to have a sense of debilitation and susceptibility, prompting Carole to dedicate several hours to her care, guaranteeing she was well hydrated and at ease. Anemia was another significant problem. Catherine's red blood cell count decreased as a result of the chemotherapy, making her susceptible to anemia and infections. Carole observed Catherine's routine blood testing with great concern, fervently hoping for consistent findings. Due to the persistent risk of infection, they had to maintain a high level of vigilance about cleanliness and steer clear of busy areas, thereby intensifying Catherine's already arduous journey. Chemobrain was a less apparent, but equally troubling, adverse effect. Catherine had cognitive impairments characterized by memory lapses and challenges in information processing. Previously uncomplicated tasks suddenly demanded substantial exertion and focus. Carole assisted her daughter in maneuvering through the fog by creating reminders and task lists to effectively organize daily tasks. Without fail, the day after each chemotherapy treatment was always the most difficult. Catherine would experience the highest point of her symptoms, resulting in extreme fatigue, debility, and feelings of sickness. Carole mentally prepared herself for these next few days, well aware that they would present the greatest difficulties. She remained by Catherine's side, providing solace and assistance, knowing that the most severe symptoms would begin to diminish after a period of 3 or 4 days. Notwithstanding the gravity of these adverse consequences, Carole held on to the expectation that they were transient. She knew that the majority of these symptoms would only last during chemotherapy treatment. Nevertheless, the potential for enduring consequences such as weariness, neuropathy, and hair loss remained in her thoughts, serving as a persistent cause of concern. Addressing these adverse effects required a comprehensive and diverse strategy. Medications were effective in reducing symptoms of nausea, vomiting, and exhaustion, while modifications to the chemotherapy dose were intended to minimize neuropathy. Carole ensured that Catherine maintained proper hydration by consuming 1 to 2 liters of water each day. Additionally, Carole made sure that Catherine kept vital objects nearby to reduce the need for excessive activity and preserve energy. MD Anderson's resources provided invaluable assistance. The chemotherapy guide gave extensive information on anticipated outcomes, while the Integrative Medicine Center provided treatments and therapeutic services such as dietary counseling and health psychology. Catherine used these tools to effectively mitigate the stress and anxiety associated with her therapy, and Carole directly saw the positive impact they had on her daughter's coping abilities. Ensuring proper follow-up care was essential to monitoring Catherine's well-being and promptly identifying any possible issues. Regular blood tests and examinations ensured prompt attention to any changes in her health, thereby preventing any severe or enduring consequences. Carole regarded every side effect with the utmost seriousness, recognizing that even an apparently minor symptom like diarrhea may be indicative of a severe illness. She stayed watchful, prepared to notify the care team immediately upon seeing any indication of fever, extended diarrhea, or inexplicable bruises. Throughout the whole ordeal, Carole's optimism over Catherine's recuperation remained unwavering. She had faith in her daughter's fortitude and endurance, and she clung to the hope of a future when Catherine would be freed from the devastating effects of cancer. Carole's optimism provided her with the resilience to provide steadfast support to Catherine amid the most arduous struggle she faced. Thank you for seeing the video. Please provide us with your opinions, and farewell for now.